ABC 6 News reporter Brittany Comack who joins us now live in Warwick with the very latest. Brittany, what can you tell us?
Hey, John. Yeah, we're here on Airport Road. I'm going to step out of the scene for a second to show you what's going on right now. As you can see, it looks like a car and motorcycle have collided here on Airport Road. We still got a good amount of law enforcement, and the fire department is still here. We don't yet know if either of these drivers were injured, or if anybody that was coming by was injured. We're still waiting on a lot of details right now. Of course, we will update you as soon as we get any more information on air and online. You can stick with us right here on ABC 6 for the very latest. For now, we're live in Warwick. Brittany Comack, ABC 6 News.
It happened on the westbound side of Airport Road around 11 Monday night. We are still waiting on more details from police, but what we do know is that the 25-year-old man riding the motorcycle was taken to Rhode Island Hospital for his injuries. His current condition remains unclear. Airport Road was closed for a period of time. It has since reopened. The cause of this crash is under investigation.
A child is recovering tonight after being struck in the parking lot of an Ocean State job lot in Pawtucket. Police say that child was hit on Ann Mary Street around 6 tonight. The victim suffering minor injuries. Police tell us the driver involved will not be charged. Crews putting out that fire on Longmeadow Avenue here before 7 p.m. The Warwick Fire Department says there are 5 apartment units and everyone did make it out safely tonight. That cause still under investigation.
A fire breaks out in Westerly. Firefighters battling this fire on Pearl Street around 11 o'clock last night. It's unclear if anybody was hurt or anyone displaced here. We do have calls out this morning to both Westerly Police and the fire department for more information. We are still waiting to hear back.
A car off the highway on 95 South in Warwick. Crews towing that car from a wooded area right off of 95. No word yet on what happened or how much of a factor tonight's rainy weather played in that accident. If you saw the car has a lot of damage to the front end.
John and Brooke, heartbreaking news tonight. Cranston police identifying the woman who was struck and killed in this intersection behind me as 58-year-old Rhonda Labono of Cranston. Tonight, neighbors tell me they're ready to make any more changes they need to make sure this does not happen again.
We spoke with a woman who lives here in East Providence with leukemia. She says that ranking sounds nice, but that's not really what she's been experiencing. Cindy Harris, who lives with leukemia, finally gets the COVID-19 vaccine this Friday.
The Johnson & Johnson, the single dose.
Harris says she's getting it through a lifespan clinic after being stuck in her home for nearly a year.
We come out to the grocery store only, and I want to get back to normal life. Once I get the vaccine, I'll be able to go, visit my grandparents, which would be nice. I haven't seen them in over a year.
And John, in the next couple of weeks, people 60 and over should be able to get vaccinated, as well as people 16 and over with underlying health conditions. By late spring, early summer, nearly everyone in this state should be able to get vaccinated. Live in East Providence, Darren Botello, ABC 6 News.
ABC 6 News reporter Brittany Comack joins us now live from the hospital with details of exactly what's going on here. Brittany.
Though this investigation began more than a month ago, it was announced just this week following an open letter from the former medical director at the Zambarano unit in Burrillville that alleges patients are being discharged when they shouldn't be to save money.
That's something we have to pay attention to.
Disability Rights Rhode Island wants to encourage anyone who may have any relevant information to the investigation to contact them. They say you can be kept anonymous. Live in Cranston, Brittany Comack, ABC 6 News.
We're on it tonight with ABC 6 News reporter Olivia DeRocha. She joined us now live outside of District Court with more on today's ruling. Olivia.
Judge Goldman not mincing any words today in court. In short, he says he found Sergeant Hanley's testimony to be an utter fabrication. Sergeant Hanley has been sentenced to 1-year probation, 5 anger management classes, and has been told to not have any contact with the victim. Sergeant Joseph Hanley has already filed to appeal this guilty verdict. There's no word yet on what this means for his employment at the Providence Police Department. In Providence, Olivia DeRocha, ABC 6 News.
I just spoke with Attorney General Peter Neronha. He tells me though the Department of Health did not give them specific guidance on vaccine eligibility at the time, he believes that Care New England and Lifespan should not have done what they did. A spokesperson with the Department of Health tells us they are in the process right now of reviewing the Attorney General's report. We'll have more on ABC 6 News at 11 on where the Attorney General believes the vaccination should go going forward. For now, we're live in Providence, Brittany Comack, ABC 6 News.
We're on it tonight with ABC 6 News reporter Olivia DeRocha. She's live at the Department of Health with the details. Olivia.
Governor McKee saying today him and his team are working around the clock to make sure they're reopening Rhode Island as safely as possible and as quickly as possible. But still, some restaurant owners are getting frustrated since it's been nearly 1 year since these first restrictions came down. And Dr. Nicole Alexander Scott saying they'll continue to reopen restaurants, slowly keeping an eye on the COVID variants that have been found here in Rhode Island. In Providence, Olivia DeRocha, ABC 6 News.
ABC 6 News reporter Brittany Comack joins us now live in Providence with more on what this would mean for the state. Brittany.
This bill takes its cues from Massachusetts and how its marijuana tax system is structured. It also establishes a cannabis commission to oversee regulation and licensing. Some we spoke with tonight say they're all for it. Soon, Rhode Islanders 21 and over may not have to drive to Massachusetts to legally buy marijuana if a new bill to legalize recreational amounts of the drug makes it through the General Assembly.
I'm for it. It's less harmful to you personally than alcohol or a lot of other things out there.
Despite that, a manager at Northeast Alternatives tells us they are not concerned about losing business.
We're all about it. We're about legalization across the states. Like I had said before, we're about better quality of life. And if it means that every state follows suit in what we're doing, that's the mission.
And Senator McCaffrey saying he does believe they would have the votes for this bill if it were on the floor today, but he stressed that it is draft legislation and he wanted to go through the full committee process to work out any possible kinks before it goes forward. That process will continue in the next few weeks. Live in Providence, Brittany Comack, ABC 6 News.
So help you God.
I do.
Congratulations, sir.
Governor Daniel McKee sworn in as the 76th governor of Rhode Island during a public ceremony on the State House steps on Sunday. The socially distanced inauguration, beginning with the national anthem, performed by Governor McKee's daughter. Governor McKee, joined by his wife Susan and their 2 children, all listening intently to guest speakers and poets.
May we rise together from the pains of disease and death.
Practice social distancing. Get vaccinated when you are eligible, and try to be a champion in your own community.
Secretary of State Nellie Gorbea then officially swearing in the governor using the McKee Family Bible. Governor McKee delivering a brief inaugural address highlighting the pandemic here in Rhode Island and his plans to soon reopen the Ocean State.
Getting everyone vaccinated is priority number 1. We're going to get teachers and students safely back in the classroom, and we're going to get our businesses back in business.
Governor McKee saying there's a lot of work to do, but also a lot of hope on the horizon.
We will get through these challenges, and we will rise together to reach our highest potential. In 2021, let's stay positive and test negative.
That name reverberating across Cushman Park in Fairhaven Wednesday night after 72-year-old Kenneth "Kenny" Parks went missing around 1:30 in the afternoon.
I hope he's found safe.
According to officials, Parks was walking with a group of people when he got separated from them. He has autism and is nonverbal.
I have a son with autism, so I would hope somebody would do the same for him.
Parks' disappearance leading to law enforcement from all over the region to assist in the search. You can see here detectives from Taunton combing through the park. They got some help from hundreds of people who live in the neighborhood showing up with flashlights. They tell ABC6 they felt compelled to lend a hand.
I just came home from work and there's people everywhere, so I figured we'd come out and start Sargent.
If it was me or if it was one of my family members or someone I knew, I would want anyone to go out.
Parks was last seen wearing a black puffy jacket and gray sweatpants. He's 6'2", 260 pounds.
The community has to come together and help. I hope that they find him and he's safe and okay.
Time now for Check on the Forecast as we take a live look over the beautiful city of Providence and the pedestrian bridge on this spring night. Enjoy that for a second longer. Boy, that looks nice. Let's get right over to Storm Tracker Chief Meteorologist Jeff Denoyer live in the Weather Center. I hope I didn't cut into your time, Jeff, but I was just admiring the pedestrian bridge here. It looked great.
A lot of people walking on that bridge today, John. It was so nice outside.
Time now for Check on the Forecast as we take a live look over Fall River tonight. We're showing off Heritage State Park at historic Battleship Cove. Look at that shot. Ethan Lopez, fantastic job. I'm sure plenty of people enjoyed a nice walk there along the river today. Certainly a sunny, warm day for March. If you were inland at the coast, it was a little breezy and cooler, but still very nice. How is Friday shaping up? Can we make it 2 in a row? Let's check in with a guy who knows. Storm Tracker Chief Meteorologist Jeff Denoyer live in the Weather Center. Wasn't that nice from Fall River, Jeff?
I was gorgeous. I'm looking at the TV. I'm like, boy, I wish I was there because it is so mild outside right now, too.
Tonight they did. Everyone put a mask on, limited capacity, and found a way to kick off Rhode Island's shortened 5-game spring football season. As you can imagine, students and coaches were thrilled after being sidelined for so long during the pandemic, especially the seniors. Later in this newscast, a special edition of Pick 6 with Nick and Ian.
Tolman and Mount Pleasant coming right into your living room. This Tigers touchdown called back because of a penalty on the offense. But on the next play, Tolman tries to get it back in the end zone, but it's going the other way. It feels so good to say this after a year and a half. This is a Pick 6. The Kilties, Aiden Rosario, taking it the other way. Good for Mount Pleasant's first points of the year. Few drives later, Tolman blocks a punt, setting up this score. They punch it in from the 1-yard line, and the Tigers take this one, 26-14. The sun setting on Somerset as Seekonk traveling up to face Somerset Berkeley. Week 3 of the Massachusetts high school football season here. Big day for SB's Dylan Rodriguez. Breaks a tackle, gets to the sideline. Look at this stiff arm. Rodriguez off to the races. One of 3 first-half touchdowns for him, putting the Raiders in front in the second quarter. SB facing a 4th down, but the Seekonk defense stopping the QB for a loss, taking over on downs. But this day belonged to the home team. Somerset Berkeley clings to a big first-half lead, getting a 38-0 victory.
And final stop in Massachusetts tonight, Greater New Bedford Voc Tech hosting a Pontiac opener for both of these schools tonight. Lakers run out to a big lead early in this one. Kevin Hughes had a huge night, 299 yards on the ground, 3 touchdowns. He wasn't rusty at all. Pontiac led 21-0 in the first half at one point, but before halftime, the Bears get on the board. Heiser Cacho takes the ball out from the 13-yard line on the kickoff, finds the fast lane. He gone 87 yards to the house. Makes it a 21-7 game at the time. Lakers would run away with this one tonight, though, 45-7 the final. That's Pick 6. We'll have more sports coming up after the break.